5:30 p.m. The day daughter of Lope De Vega was sent off at 4-1 in a field of 9 for her debut in a 9-runner event over 6 furlongs at the end of last month. Racing keenly early on, NATALIE'S Joy held a prominent pitch under Joe Fanning before being asked to lengthen to the front on the approach to the final furlong. Despite looking in need of the experience, my selection surged clear through the last 150 yards to beat Swift and Sure by 6 lengths. The clock watchers were doing handsprings over the time recorded by NATALIE'S Joy, and, with plenty of progress to draw upon, she is expected to remain unbeaten. Of an assembly of lightly raced and promising juveniles, beyond reason, Arthur Kitt and Nate the Great appear the most likely candidates for the minor medals. Newsboys 1, 2, 3, 1 NATALIE'S Joy 2 Nate the Great 3 Beyond Reason 3.05 Hardwicke States Crystal Ocean will go off at cramped odds and deservedly so. After finishing third to the ill-fated Permian in the Group 2 King Edward VII Stakes 12 months ago, the See the Stars colt registered a comfortable success in the Group 3 Gordon Stakes at Glorious Goodwood in August, before finishing in half-length second in the St. Leger at Doncaster the following month. The extended 1 3/4 of the final classic proved Crystal Ocean's undoing, so it is no surprise Sir Michael Stoute has campaigned him over shorter distances in 2018. Ryan Moore's mount denied Fabricate by a short head in the Group 3 Gordon Richard Stakes over 10 furlongs at Sandown Park on his return, and, back at 1.5 miles, obliterated the field for Newbury's Group 3 Rayyan Stakes by 6 lengths. Crystal Ocean should prove hard to beat, with Barsanti and last year's winner Idaho the chief threats among his 4 opponents. Newsboys 1, 2, 3, 1 Crystal Ocean 2 Idaho 3 Barsanti 3.40 Windsor Castle Stakes Mutawaffer steps up in class and down in distance, but is fancied to cope. Given his debut by Charlie Hills in a novice stakes over course and distance last month, the son of Kodiak looked clueless during the early stages. But he finished to good effect to take 4th to Blown by Wind and made the expected leap forward at Goodwood 12 days later. Sent off at 5-4 for a similar event over 6 furlongs, Jim Crowley's mount made all the running and soon had matters under control, beating next-time winner Shabani by 2 1/4 lengths. The pace he showed on his second start suggests he'll be just as effective back at the minimum trip, and Mutawaffer's future looks bright. In a Windsor Castle less competitive than the numbers might have you believe, Moonlight Romance, Queen of Bermuda and Van Beethoven all have their best days ahead of them and are capable of having a say. Newsboys 1, 2, 3, 1 Mutawaffer 2 Moonlight Romance 3 Queen of Bermuda 4.20 Diamond Jubilee Stakes Harry Angel has yet to win at Ascot in 4 previous visits, but can put that right here. 2 of those defeats on his racecourse debut, and went second to Blue Point in the Group 3 Pavilion Stakes over this course and distance last May, or when Clive Cox's 4-year-old was on his way up through the sprinting ranks. 12 months ago, Harry Angel finished 3 parts of a length second to Caravaggio in the Group 1 Commonwealth Cup, but got no piece from the winner's stablemate Intelligence Cross attention that left him vulnerable to a late swoop. Adam Kirby's mount then added not 1, but 2 top-level prizes to his CV, landing Newmarket's July Cup and the Sprint Cup at Haydock Park on his next 2 outings. and although a fourth Ascot loss was to follow, Harry Angel ran fourth till a brisk breeze in Champions Sprint here last October. My Selection reared in the stalls before pulling furiously during the early stages. The son of Dark Angel got back on track with a cozy victory over Brando in the Group 2 Duke of York Stakes on the Naves Mire last month and gets the nod to seal a first victory on the Royal Heath. Australian challenger Redkirk Warrior must enter the reckoning, along with Merchant Navy, formerly Down Under, but now with Aidan O'Brien, while the Tin Man, successful in this race 12 months ago, also comes into the picture. Newsboys 1 2 3 1 Harry Angel 2 Redkirk Warrior 3 The Tin Man 5.00 Wokingham Stakes victory. Angel makes plenty of appeal in a typically wide-open Wokingham. 6 furlongs on fast ground show the Roger Varian trained 4-year-old in his best light as 3 career wins at Doncaster, Newmarket, and Yarmouth have been gained under identical conditions. And there was much encouragement to be gleaned from his return to the fray on Newmarket's 1,000 guineas undercard. A 9-1 chance in a 15-strong field, Victory Angel was held up during the early exchanges by today's pilot Sylvester de Souza. Once given the office, My Selection ran on strongly up the hill to finish fourth, beaten half a length and 2 necks to Gifted Master. That handicap, in which those at the head of affairs may have been favored, carried a valuable pot in its own right, but master of his craft Varian almost certainly had an eye on this race, and the acclamation colt can be expected to take a step forward. There are dangers at every turn, with unbeaten favorite Dreamfield, the consistent Major Jumbo, last year's winner Outdo, and his stable companion Intisab at the top of the shortlist. Newsboys 1 2 3 1 Victory Angel 2 Intisab 3 Major JUMBP